from just shy of midfield. Rodgers. He hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Trey Hendrickson able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. A give to Jones. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. This for the lead in the final stages. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Throwing on 2nd and long. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Burrow. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now, standing just about on his own goal line. Two yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it was a golden chance to go ahead here in the final moments, but he misses for a 2nd time in this game.
Brandon, either one of those go, and they might be on their way to a victory. Instead, they're going to have to hold on here defensively just to force overtime.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And here's Lewis. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Caught it to 26. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 59 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now time to see what Burrow can do here in OT. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Rasul Douglas there to get him down. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. Here's Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll give it to Mixon. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us.